The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for the 7th day of February 2024 with you the next 3 days. And starting today, there's no more Twitch embargo. So this will be posted on YouTube the same day it's immediately after on Twitch. No restrictions. How about that? Same day. Today's news today. All of you who sent well wishes while my wife battled COVID, she's fine. We got it very late. She had more trouble with the treatment than she actually did with the COVID. I'm fine. We should have been on Monday. We're on today. And so for the next 3 days, we can have baseball for you as we close out the first week of April in 1988. So to the ball game itself, it's the Yankees and the Royals on this 27th day of April. And the Royals are 14-4. They are in first place in the American League West. The Yankees are part of a gaggle of teams that are in it in the American League East. You can pretty much show any team not named the Baltimore Orioles, and it's going to mean something. Mark Gubicza is going to go for the Royals. And Tommy John, as soon as he's done with his performance today, will head to the local Social Security office in the Bronx and apply for his retirement. He's got to be 18 gazillion years old at this point. I didn't realize he was still pitching in 1988. Oh, my goodness. Which means he pitched for 14 years after his Tommy John surgery. He wasn't a hard thrower. It's Tommy John. The Yankees are 10-9. The Royals are 14-4 with Mark Gubicza. Not Gubicza, but Gubicza. And baseball is next right here on Retro Sports Network. As Retro Sports Network presents 1988 Major League Baseball replay. Today from the big old ballpark in the Bronx. It's the New York Yankees and the Kansas City Royals. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Bernie and Sweetest Jeff, I'm doing well, thank you. COVID making your hair grow into a body perm. Am I not on? Did I somehow do something stupid? No, it says I'm streaming, but it's not. Huh. No, I just desperately need a haircut. That's all. That's all. I think I'm still with you. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing it in my Twitch preview, but it is. So, you're on. Okay. So here you go. The Royals are red hot, by the way. They've won 6 straight and 8 out of their last 10, which is why they're in first place. Mark Gubicza with a start for the Royals. He's 1-1 on the year. Again, Tommy John, we're going to wheel him down to the Social Security office. He's already made 3 starts on the year, and he's pitching pretty well. I'd be curious when I hit the button to see how old he is. It is a rainy day here, a rainy night in New York. 60 degrees, light rain, not much wind. Let's first show you the lineup that Tommy's going to face. It'll be Willie Wilson in center field leading off. Kevin Seitzer at third will bat second. George Brett is the DH. He'll go third. Danny Tartable is in right. Frank White, cleaning up. Frank White will bat fifth and play second. Steve Balboni only played a handful of games for the Royals in 88. He'll bat sixth at first. Bo Jackson in left field will go seventh. Mike McFarland behind the plate goes eighth, and Kurt Stillwell will go play short and bat ninth. Tommy John, when it pops up, is 45 in 1988. He throws a fastball, we'll call it that, in 81, and a ground ball pitcher. His last start was against the Twins on the 20th, so 7 days rest and a 6-1 loss. He took it 5 2/3, 106 pitches, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. He walked 2 and struck out 4. Overall, for the Yankees, John has thrown 18 innings, 20 hits, 8 runs, 5 earned. He's walked 4 and struck out 7. And as we said, 1-1 with a 2.50 ERA. I'm going to refresh this. It's driving me nuts that I can't see. There we go. And you're all challenged, all your colors changed in the chat. Defensively for the Yankees, Ricky Henderson is a 6-4 and left. It's Claudell Washington in center. He's a 5-4. Dave Winfield is a 7-7 in right. Pagliarulo is a 5 at third. Rafael Santana, a 6 at short. Willie Randolph, a 7 at second. Don Mattingly, a 10 at first. Don Slott gets the call behind the plate. He's a 4-3, and TJ is a 7 on the mound with a 9.17 ERA. We'll be taping Digital Dice, I think, after this, too. Talking about why baseball is still the most popular sport to play. You guys gave us a lot of good feedback wherever you gave that feedback. Willie Wilson stepping in at 317, no homers, and 6 RBI. Again, it's raining here in New York, but not that hard. We should get this one in, and John should go about 6 innings if all goes well for the Yankees. Wilson strikes out. He looked at an 84-mile-an-hour fastball on a 1-2, and that's 1 out. Somehow at 45, Tommy John doing his best Jamie Moyer went 176 and a third real innings and struck out 81. Here's Kevin Seitzer, off to a great start, 329, a triple, and 8 RBI. And that's a base hit in the left center field. Henderson will cut it off, and the Royals have a hit. The A's won the division by a rather healthy margin. So I'm just not quite sure if this is, you really can't take any standing seriously in April anyway. But the longer you can maintain a good start means the longer you're going to stay in business as the season goes along. George Brett, the only man I think still to have won a batting title in 3 different decades. At 318, 2 homers and 18 RBI. And nobody loved hitting more as a member of the road team at Yankee Stadium than one George Brett. John's pitch. There's a ground ball to Randolph. Should be 2. Great play. Willie to Santana for 1 and over to Mattingly, and that will be a 4-6-3 double play. So Randolph does his job. That's his second great play of the year. And after half an inning, it's the Royals nothing, and here come the Yankees. So here's Gubaza making his 5th start of the year. Mark is 26, throws an 89-mile-an-hour fastball, and is a ground ball plus pitcher. Hasn't faced the Yankees. He has faced Baltimore twice, but had no decision either way. He last pitched 5 days ago against the Orioles in a 2-1 extra inning win. He didn't figure in the decision. Imagine that, 9 1/3 innings and not get anything. 142 pitches. My goodness. 6 hits. A run it was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3. So Mark, 31 2/3, 28 hits, 13 runs, 12 earned, 13 walks, and 22 strikeouts. Here's how the Yankees will line up. Ricky Henderson leads off in left. Willie Randolph, who just made that great double play, at second will bat second. Don Mattingly at first will go third. Jack Clark, boy, the Cardinals miss him, don't they? He'll clean up as the DH. Claudell Washington in center will bat 5th. Dave Winfield in right will bat 6th. Pagliarulo at third will go 7th. Don Slott behind the plate will go 8th, and Santana at short will bat 9th. Gubaza, they have used him an awful lot. He can still probably go 7-8 innings. And if you look at the Yankee lineup, only Mattingly and Pagliarulo are under the age of 30. It is an old team. Bo Jackson, by the way, is a 5 and an 8 and left. Willie Wilson, a 7 and a 6 in center. Danny Tarnable, a 3 and an 8 in right. Kevin Seitzer, a 6 at third, playing for a bunt I'm not going to do. Kurt Stillwell, a 4 at short. Frank White, a 7 at second. And Balboni, a 4 at first. McFarland, a 3 and a 3 behind the plate. And Gubaza is a 7 on the mound with a .986 fielding percentage. Ricky off to a flying start. This is the Yankees' 20th game, oh, by the way. He's hitting .354, a triple and 5 RBI, and has already stolen 15 bases. So Gubiza winds and deals, and there's a slow ground ball to Stillwell in on the grass, and Ricky's going to beat that out. It says it's a poor play, but with Ricky's speed, you'd really have to have a trebuchet for an arm to get him. And for Stillwell, that's his 6th poor play of the year. Here's Willie Randolph. Willie at .327, no homers and 8 RBI. We're with you tomorrow, and we're with you on Friday. So we'll catch up. We're going to finish up the month of April in the replay. See what they do with Ricky. He throws to first, and now Ricky's back, and he's going to go. McFarland does not have a good arm to throw down to wide, and Ricky has his 16th stolen base of the year. So he's on second for Randolph, who's got a 1-ball count. .327, no homers, not going to hit many anyway, and 8 RBI. Got a whole bunch of new followers that we'll tell you about in a few minutes too. Randolph, ground ball to third. Seitzer has it, throws to Balboni, and that might be late. Randolph can run. It's an error. It got away. Seitzer with a bad throw, and Randolph will hold it first, but Ricky moves on to third, like you don't need to move him any faster. And then it'll bring up Don Mattingly at .313, 2 homers and 15 RBI. So runners on the corners for the Yankees and nobody out. So the Royals in hot water already. John rooting for the Royals. Mattingly draws a walk, and the bases are full of New Yorkers. So it's Henderson on third, Randolph on second, Mattingly on first for Jack Clark, who's hitting .469. Now, certainly doesn't lead the American League. He doesn't have enough at-bats, but he has 4 home runs and 18 RBI. So the Yankees trying to pounce here in the first. Gubiza's pitch. High fly ball, left field. Jackson in the corner. Bo's going to make the catch in fair territory. Ricky's going to tag, and they're going to run on his arm. Bo's got a cannon out there, and the throw is going to go to the plate. Seitzer, no, the direct throw to the plate. Henderson slides. McFarland can't get the tag down, and it's 1-0 New York. So a sac fly for Jack Clark and an RBI. And that'll bring up Claudell Washington at .324, no homers and 6 RBI. By the way, Bernie, how much did Netflix pay the Red Sox for their whatever they're doing this year? Helps pay for the PGA Tour is what it does. Claudell, good start for him. .324, no homers, and 6 RBI. And he laces this to right, but Tartable's there, and Danny will make the catch. Randolph, no, he doesn't. It dropped right in front of him. It's a trap. It's a trap. Tartable doesn't have great range. We thought he had it, but he did not. And so, again, the bases are loaded to 1 out for Dave Winfield, who's hitting .300, 2 homers, and 14 RBI. The Yankees are killing it on offense. Today, 1 through 6, the slackers Mattingly hitting .313. And the bottom third isn't all that great. But, yeah. Pitch to Winfield. Gets away from McFarland, and everybody's moving up 90. So it's now 2-0 New York, as McFarland had a pass ball. He should have had that one, and Gubiza's already thrown 22 pitches. He's got a full count, and it's 2-0 New York. And Winfield is sitting on a 9-game hitting streak with 2 ducks on the pound to bring home. He'll do it, too. Ground ball right side. Mattingly is going to score. Winfield's on with a single. Washington's going to hold at third. Tarnable has a good arm, and that wasn't very deep. But now as runners on the corners and one out for Pagliarulo. It's been a nightmare inning for Kansas City. Pags at 145. 2 homers and 11 RBI. Gubaza's pitch. And that is into right field for a base hit. Tarnable will pick it up off the wet grass. Washington scores with ease, and Winfield's just going to park it in second. So I'm gone for nearly a week. And the Yankees have a 4 spot up in the first. Go Royals from the chat. How you doing, Big Dave? So here's Slot, 236, no homers and 2 RBI. That's a name you got to be careful when you say it, because it could come out wrong. Pitch to Slot. Walked him. So Gubaza hasn't even found the script. You can't lose it in the first. So here's Rafael Santana. Yankees are going to bat around unless Santana hits into a double play. He's hitting .302, 3 homers, goodness gracious, and 9 RBI. So Winfield on third, Pagliarulo on second, and Slot on first. On a rainy night in New York, pitch to Santana, struck him out. So the 1-2 fastball was swung on and missed, and they will bat around. Here's Ricky Henderson, who singled, scored, and stole his 16th base. The opening 9 for Gubaza, when you're pitching that bad, you get the ID pronunciation, 37 pitches, 2/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. I'm not even sure that, are all 4 runs earned? Going to make me look in the first inning, aren't you? 3 of the 4 runs are earned. So that's a nightmare start for Mark. Winfield on third, Pagliarulo on second, Slot on first, and the Yankees are putting on a Slot right now. Pitch to Ricky is a ground ball. Stillwell will get there, and he'll get Dawn at second for the easy out, and that's the inning. Well, no wonder why Tommy John's pitching well. They gave him 4 runs on 4 hits and an error. They do leave them loaded, but after 1, it's 4-0 Yankees. So here's Tarnable, White, and Balboni. Danny at .302 already has 6 homers and 23 RBI. However, he has struck out 18 times in 63 at-bats. To third, Pagliarulo backs up, throws to first, 1 out. And Tommy John, of course, induces more grounders than anybody. I remember watching, I think it was in '87. Here's Frank White. Frank at .333, a homer and 11 RBI. A Monday night game between the Yankees and the Rangers. And Tommy John was on the mound, and he induced 21 ground ball outs. I think Don Mattingly's hands were sore after that. Pitch to White. There's a base hit in the left center field. Henderson will cut it off. And that's the second hit for the Royals. So here's Steve Bye-Bye Balboni. Steve doesn't play a lot for the Royals in '88. He's not even hitting my weight. He's hitting .115 and has struck out 5 times. Tommy's already struck out 1. Struck him out. That's 2. So he got caught looking on a 1-2 curve on the inside corner. So 2 out for Bo at .263, 4 homers, and 8 RBI. And you'd imagine, even if the Royals were struggling, that Bo was such an act that people bought tickets to ball games just to see him. What does Bo know about baseball? Not much there, as Tommy John got him to look at a curveball inside. He strikes out 2. No runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the second here in New York. 4-0 Yankees. So Randolph, Mattingly, and Clark to face Gubiza here in the second. Willie reached on an error and scored in the inning. To first, Balboni, not a good first baseman, for the out, or underhands it. Don't know if Bernie is still looking for people for Steve Tate's draft league or not. If you are, Bernie, put that in the chat. Here's Mattingly. Mattingly walked and scored in the first. Struck him out. That's 2 for Mark. A 1-2 cutter on the outside corner. Not sure what Mattingly was wanting there. Didn't chase. 2 out for Clark, who had the sac fly in the first. The Yankees just kind of nickel and dime those 4 runs. To White at second. Frank throws to first, and that will do it. So 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees in the second. After 2, it's still New York 4, Kansas City nothing. So McFarland, Stillwell, and Willie Wilson to face Tommy John here in the third. McFarland off to a good start. 294, a home run, and 7 RBI. Into deep left field. Back goes Henderson. Ricky to the wall. He'll turn and watch it go. A home run from Mike McFarland. So the Royals get on the board here in the third, and it's now a 4-1 ball game. It's Mike's second of the replay. Didn't miss the wall by much. That wasn't hit all that far. And there really wasn't anything Ricky could do. It was high, but just down the line. So a 4-1 ball game here. And then I'll bring up Kurt Stillwell at 268. No homers, a triple, and 5 RBI. TJ deals. And Stillwell sends this one into right, but Winfield should play it. He does. And there's a great play and sliding catch for Winfield. 1 out. Winfield already has 2 outfield assists. So the opening 9 for Tommy John, 40 pitches, 2 1/3, 3 hits, the home run from McFarland in a 4-1 lead. Willie Wilson struck out to start the ballgame. To Randolph, Willie throws out, Willie. 2 away for Seitzer, who singled in the first. So again, 6 is about what you're going to expect from Tommy John. He winds and fires, and there's a liner that's going to get past Santana into left center field. And Henderson will throw it in. Pagliarulo should have had it, although that looked closer to Santana. And no one's ever going to accuse Mike Pagliarulo and the Gold Glove being in the same room. George Brett grounded into a double play his first time up. Ground ball to Randolph. Won't need 2. They get Santana for the force at second. And that'll do it. So one run for the Royals on the homer from McFarland. 2 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the third here on a Wednesday afternoon. It's the Yankees 4, the Royals 1. Hi, Andrew. Glad to be feeling better. I felt better about Saturday. We were quite surprised on last Thursday when the wife tested positive. And here's Claudell Washington, by the way. He singled and scored in the first. And she and Paxlovid did not get along all that well. Pitch to Washington is a ground ball. Gubiza, first base side of the mound, throws to Balboni for the out, 1 away. For Winfield, who had an RBI single in the first. Struck him out. That's 3 for Mark. A 2-2 fastball got him looking. So I felt pretty good by Sunday. And she has still getting over the allergic reaction she had to the Paxlovid. She tested negative this morning for COVID. So, everyone on the mend here. Pagliarulo singled home a run, by the way, in the first. He now has driven in 12. Into left center, Wilson rides the swing. Willie's there, makes the catch, and that'll do it. Yankees go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. And after 3, it's New York 4, Kansas City 1. So Tartable White and Balboni to face Tommy John here in the 4th. Danny is 0 for 1. John winds and fires. Ground ball to third. Pagliarulo has it. Throws to Mattingly. And eventually, it's out number 1. Frank White had a single his first time up. Both teams, as we play the top of the 4th, have 4 hits. In the center, Claudell Washington going back. Well hit, but right at him. 2 out. Hopefully you guys are all feeling well, too. Here's Balboni. Steve struck out his first time up. Not a big surprise. Fly ball right field. Winfield will make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 3.5 in the stadium, it's 4-1 Yankees. Now that's the button I wanted. So here are the standings. Again, the American League East is pretty much a jumble. And it wouldn't be a Ron replay if the Red Sox were playing well, right? So the Brewers and Cleveland are tied. Then the Tigers and Yankees a game back. Toronto 2.5. And Boston is 4. In the West, I think this is the bigger surprise. Kansas City is 2.5 on the Twins. And look who's 5 games back. Now, again, it's April. Take anything with a grain of salt. But the A's are only a 500 team. In the National League, the Pirates are out-rabbiting the Mets by a game. And the Dodgers, well, they're technically a half game back of the Reds. But I do think it's going to be a 3-team swizzle all the way through. And you can tell it's April numbers. Kirby Puckett's hitting .427. And Mike Morgan on a team that's 3-16 leads the American League in ERA at .095. The Yankees and Royals, the top 2 offenses in the American League. Kansas City, though, has the best ERA, and they're 3rd best in defense. So Slot, Santana, and Henderson to face Gubicza here in the 4th. Don walked his first time up. Struck him out. So Gubicza has found himself after that rough first. An 0-2 fastball got him at the belt. Here's Santana. Raphael struck out his first time up. Got him. So a good morning and a good afternoon from Gubicza. An 0-2 changeup chased. So 2 out, nobody on for Ricky. Gubicza opening 18, 3 2/3, 74 pitches, 4 hits, 3 earned runs. He has walked 2 and struck out 5. And just noticing now, he did a good job leaving the ballpark in the yard. In 269 2/3 innings, he only allowed 11 home runs. In the left field, Bo tracks down Ricky, and after 4, it's still 4-1 Yankees. Speaking of Bo, he struck out his first time up. McFarland and Stillwell to follow. And Jackson draws the walk. Bo a threat to steal. McFarland hit his 2nd of the year, his first time up in the 3rd. Now is driven in 8. John throws to first, and Bo is back. I guess you pitch out here. They pitch out. There goes Bo. The throw down to Randolph goes into center field, and Bo is going to be in the 3rd standing. So Slot threw it away, and Jackson is on third. So a 1-ball count to McFarland, and the Royals threatening here in the top of the 5th. Nobody out. To ground ball to Randolph. They'll take the shore out at first. Bo scampers home. And it's now 4-2 with 1 out here in the 5th. So here's Stillwell. Curd is 0 for 1. Slow ground ball to Randolph. Willian on the grass. Throws to first, and Stillwell is retired. So here's Willie Wilson, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Opening 18 for Tommy John. 76 pitches. He's going to go another inning, I would think. 4 2/3, 4 hits. The home run to McFarland. I believe both the runs are earned. He walked 1 and struck out 3. And Willie's got a 7-game hitting streak. Oh, by the way. Into right center. Claudell Washington makes the catch to retire the side. However, Bo Jackson singles, takes second, and then third on a throwing error, and then after 4.5, on a nice day here in Burlington, it's the Yankees 4, the Royals 2. Oops. And Randolph laces that one into right or left center field. And now you get the commercial break. Well, if you joined us late, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome back to the program. Played in the games of April 27th, 1988. Yankees lead the Royals here at the stadium 4-2. They sent 10 to the plate in the first. Jack Clark a sac fly. Then he went on to announce Wheel of Fortune to make it 1-0. Willie Randolph scored on a pass ball by McFarland to make it 2-0. Dave Winfield has a 10-game hitting streak. He singled home a run in the first to make it 3-0, and then Pagliarulo singled home to make it 4-0. Royals have chipped back. They got a home run from McFarland in the third, his second of the year, to make it 4-1, and then in the fifth, fielder's choice to make it 4-2. And so Gubaza, 4 innings of 5 hit. Only 1 run is earned of the 4, so that keeps his ERA neat and tidy. He's walked 2 and struck out 5. Tommy John, 5 innings, 4 hits. Both the runs are earned. The home run to McFarland, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. So Mattingly, Clark, and Washington here in the 5th. Don has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. Runner on first is Randolph. Seitzer only has a play at first. Willie's taken second. Mattingly's retired. 5-3 on the fielder's choice. So a bunch of new people to say hello to. KLH2772. Hello. Thanks for the follow. Kenamine. Or Kenamine. Thanks for the follow. And or you can read it right, Ron. High Plains Twitcher. Thank you so much for the follow. How you doing, Mike from the truck? Doing much better, thank you. So is the wife. She's the one that actually tested positive and then had that nasty reaction to the Paxlovid. Jack Clark has a sac fly. He's 0 for 1. Randolph on second. 4-2 Yankees as we play the bottom of the 5th. And he draws the walk. So first and second for Claudell Washington. He has singled and scored. That came in the first. He's 1 for 2. Yankees now have 5 hits. The Royals 4. Ground ball to third. Seitzer has it. White for one. And Washington's going to reach. And so there's 2 out for Winfield. Dave is 1 for 2. He has singled home a run. Now it's 15 RBI. And struck out. Dave Cook can thank me for your purchase of Action PC Baseball 24. It's your first baseball purchase of this game. It really is worth it. All the games are good. Don't get me wrong, but I just can't stay enough of this game. Or about this game. Pitch to Winfield. Gets away from McFarland and everybody else, moves up 90. Second time today. This time it's a wild pitch. However, Randolph stayed at third. But because Washington went from first to second, it is a wild pitch. Got the 20s decade in all teams from 70 to 2022. Nice. Nice. I'm sure he appreciates that. Just tell him Uncle Ron sent you. So it is a wild pitch because a runner moved up. It is a 2-2 count to Winfield. And if he should single, both the runs would score. Gubiza working almost on pitch number 100 here in the 5th. Struck him out. They get out of it clean. How about that? He chased a cutter, and Gubiza just shakes his head. No runs, a hit. The Yankees have left on 5, and after 5, it's 4-2 New York. So Seitzer, Brett, and Tartable to face John here in the 6th. Kevin is 2 for 2. He has singled twice. And he's 3 for 3 as he rips that one into center field for a base hit. So Kevin, that's his 3rd hit. A 304 hitter in real life. Here's Brett, who's 0 for 2. Seeing Tommy John face George Brett. You know, the Royals and the Yankees were fierce rivals for for a full decade. Both of these teams in '88 are a bit past their prime. Still doesn't mean it's not entertaining. 5th hit for the Royals. There goes Seitzer, and that was a hit and run as Brett got a piece of it, and the count is 0-1. They'll throw to first, see if it's still on, and Seitzer is back. So 1 strike count to Brett. John takes a deep breath, works from the stretch. There's a ground ball to Santana. Might be 2 here. No, only plays to first as the hit and run was on, and Mattingly has it, and Brett's retired. Seitzer moves to second. 1 out for Tartable. Danny is 0 for 2. This is a free swinging team between Tartable, Balboni, and Jackson. Lots and lots of Ks. Pitch to Tartable. Struck him out. See, once in a while the commenter's jinx doesn't work. An 0-2 curveball, and there's 2 out for Frank White, who's 1 for 2 with a single. So Seitzer on second. 2 out. And that's laced into right center field. Winfield will have to run and get it on a hop. Seitzer rounds third. Winfield, with a good arm, is going to try to throw him out. Slot has the ball. Seitzer gets past the tag, and the run will score. So it's now a 4-3 ball game with 2 out for Balboni. TJ's going to get Balboni, and that's probably about it. White on first. 2 out. Balboni is 0 for 2 with a K. John says that I sold him back a 19 or 20. And then does his best Yoda impression. Ambassador of the game. Ambassador of the game, he is. In the right center, Washington coming in will make the catch to retire the side. So TJ will get in line for the win, but he's not going any further in this one. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. And after 5.5 here in the Bronx, it's 4-3 Yankees. So Palarulo, Slaught, and Santana Guba's maybe one more inning after this. Pitch count's already at 97. Pags 1 for 2. Pagliarulo has an RBI single. Gubaza starts the 6th. That's a ground ball left side past Stillwell for a base hit. I tried to move my mic closer to me, and that thing is pretty much welded to my desk. The wife will be thrilled to move it. Here's Don Slott. He has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. He can't bunt. All right, we'll put one down. They play for it. Slott drops one. Sights are well in. Only play is to first. And Pagliarulo will move up 90 to second. So runner on second after the successful sacrifice. That goes down 5-4 on the card. Here's Santana. He has struck out twice. Looking more like Carlos than Rafael today. And he draws the walk. It's not what Gubazo wanted. It is raining harder here in New York. The only thing that matters is it'll shorten if the tarp goes on the field. Just means that Phil Rizzuto will want to get across the GW a little bit faster. And both the starters will be done. But we know that Tommy John is done anyway. And Gubaza's not much longer for this game. So first and second, one out for Ricky Henderson. Gubaza opening 27, 106 pitches. 5 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, only 1 earned, however. He has walked 4 and struck out 6. Ricky is 1 for 3. Scored in the first and stole a base in the first. He now has 16. Struck him out. That's 7 for Mark. And 0-2 fastball swung on a miss. So 2 out for Randolph. Willie is 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. Runners go. Fly ball left center field. And Guba's is going to get out of this one, too. Wilson's there, makes the catch, and that will do. Yankees, no runs, a hit, no errors. They've left on 7 through 6, but they still lead 4-3. So new pitcher for the Yankees as Tommy John's day is done. And Charlie Hudson will come in. Charlie eventually will make 12 starts as his 3rd appearance. 29 years old, fastball at 88. And that's going to seem so hard after the soft toss of Tommy John. Hudson pitched 6 innings in the game we did on April 5th. Faced the Twins here at the stadium on April 18th. Or faced the Twins. He went 1 2/3 9 days ago. 43 pitches, no hits. He walked 4, 2 runs, both earned, and struck out 3. So Hudson, for the first time pitching to somebody besides the Twins, 7 2/3, a hit, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 7 and struck out 6. Bo is 0 for 1. He has walked, stolen a base, scored, and struck out. He took 3rd when Slott's throw went into the outfield. Chopper to 3rd. Pagliarulo scoops it up, throws on the run, and Bo is retired. So here's McFarland. Solo shot, 1 for 2. That came, I believe, in the 3rd. Yes. And then drove in a run in the 5th on a fielder's choice. So he's driven in 2 of the 3 Royal runs. And he draws the walk. So 1 out walk. McFarland goes on a full count changeup that missed low and outside. Here's Stillwell. Kurt is 0 for 2. McFarland not a threat to steal. This should be 2. Randolph to Santana for 1. Rafael throws to first. And that is a 4-6-3 double play. Stretch time, 4-3 Yankees. So Mattingly, Clark, and Washington to face Gubiza here in the 7th. Although Mark's pitch count is pretty high. Not sure he'll finish the inning. Mattingly 0 for 2, a run scored, a walk, and a strikeout. Any game in the American League East is going to be critical because it's all such a jumbled mess. I don't know where the Royals finished in '88. They didn't finish in first nor second. Minnesota did. Well back of the A's. Pitch to Mattingly. That's up the middle for a base hit. So Don has a single. Wilson throws it back in for Jack Clark, who has walked and drove home a run. He now has 19 RBI since coming over from St. Louis. Fly ball, left field. Bo in the corner. Should make the play. He does. For the out, Mattingly runs back. That's a long throw. But Bo can do it. One out for Claudell Washington, who is 1 for 3. A single and a run scored. Yankees got all their runs in the first. And the Royals with singletons here in the 3rd, 5th, and 6th. Center field, Willie Wilson drifting over into left center. Makes the catch for the out. So 2 away, Mattingly back to first. Here's Winfield. Dave 1 for 3. A single and RBI. He's now driven in 15. Winfield punches that one into left center. Bo will pick it up on several hops. Mattingly will round second. He is going to get sent to third. Bo's got a good arm, but that's cut off by Stillwell. And the Yankees have runners on the corners. 2 out for Pagliarulo, who is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and driven in a run. So the Yankees would love an insurance run here. And Gubiza down to brass tacks for him. Hit the button, Ron. McFarland and Gubiza will have a word or two. Some signs are changed. Gubiza deals, and Pagliarulo draws the walk. Excuse me. So that's the bases loaded. That's the 5th walk given up by Gubiza. Don Slott has walked and struck out, also sacrificed. He's 0 for 1. So Mattingly on third, Winfield on second, and Pagliarulo on first for Slott. In a 4-3 ball game, the Yankees trying to get some insurance. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Seitzer goes to White for the shore out there, and the Yankees get nothing. After 7, no runs, 2 hits, the Yankees have left on 10, but they lead the Royals by the score of 4-3. So Wilson, Seitzer, and Brett to face Charlie Hudson. We'll see if that hurt the Yankees at all. They have left on 10. The Royals have left on 3. 4 runs, 8 hits, an error for New York. 3 runs, 6 hits, an error for Kansas City. Pitch to Wilson. Willie grounds this one right side for a base hit. So here's Seitzer. He is 3 for 3. 3 singles. If Mike from the truck is still there, what you planning to do with the ball game? Pitch to Hudson from Hudson. Popped up. Left side. Pagliarulo calls for it. It's a light rain now. Dodges the drops, makes the catch. 1 out. For George Brett, who's 0 for 3, has grounded into a double play. Throw to first. And Willie Wilson's back. Here's the pitch. Up the middle. They might turn 2 here. Santana, Randolph for 1, and over to Mattingly. And that's a 6-4-3 double play. Goodness gracious. After 7.5. No runs, a hit, no errors. Gubiza coming out 4-3 Yankees. Not going to stream it. Solo entertainment. We'll miss you, Toby Keith. What if stuff or Sim Seasons. Nice. Enjoy. Here's Santana. Raphael is 0 for 2. A walk and 2 strikeouts. So Santana, Henderson, and Randolph to face a tiring Gubaza here in the 8th. And in the 9th for Kansas City, it is strikeout central. Tartable and Balboni third with Frank White sandwiched in the middle. And Santana starts the 8th with a walk. 6 walk, and that'll do it. So Gubaza's day is done. Bud Black will come in. Got a pitching change. This game coming to you from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Black is 31. A ground ball plus pitcher, and that fastball is at 93. Making his 5th appearance of the year. Helps if you hit the right button. He went 5 days ago. Did not start a game for Kansas City in '88. In a 2-1 win against Baltimore, inning in 2/3, 27 pitches, a hit, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. So overall, Black 5 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 5. So here's Ricky. 1 for 4. Henderson has struck out, singled, stolen a base, and scored. Black, a lefty. It is still raining, but not as hard as it was. There's not a breath of wind out there. 55 degrees on his 27th of April in the Bronx. Pitch to Ricky is laced into left center field for a hit. Wilson will pick it up. Santana probably should not be Oh, he is. Nope. I'm the one controlling the Yankees. He'll hold. So first and second, nobody out for Willie Randolph, who's 1 for 4. He has singled and scored. 4 in the first for the Yankees, and that's it. Up the middle, a base hit. Willie Wilson will pick it up. Santana will round third and will hold. Interesting decision. Didn't even give me the option. So they are loaded for Don Mattingly. Lefty versus lefty. The outcome box, not all that great. They are loaded. You're not going to pinch hit for Mattingly, who's 1 for 3. Has singled, scored, walked, and struck out. So plenty of speed on the bases for the Yankees. Santana on third. Henderson on second. Randolph on first. Nobody out. The Royals playing for 2. To third, Seitzer. White for 1. And Balboni for 2. So Henderson moves on to third. Santana scores to make it 5-3. But the Royals will gladly take 2 for the price of 1. So here's Jack Clark. 0 for 2, a walk, and his 19th RBI. So Black induces a double play, but the Yankees have a 2-run lead. And they're going to walk Clark. Interesting with 2 out, not to pitch to Jack. They're going to pitch to Claudell Washington instead, who has singled, scored, and he's 1 for 4. He has 6 RBI on the replay. Ricky obviously is going to score on a sneeze. Clark, you would need to hit one out of the park for him to score. Struck him out. That'll do it. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the 9th here at Yankee Stadium. The Bombers 5, the Royals 3. So Dave Righetti will try to close this out. Rags, not all that great. this is his 6th save opportunity. He's only closed the door twice. He's blown 3. He's 30 years old, fastball at 92 and a ground ball plus pitcher. He hasn't saved a game in 2 weeks. In fact, against the Twins, he blew 2 in a row and gave up 5 runs in 2/3 of an inning. He hasn't pitched since the 20th. He went 1/3 of an inning. He struck out a man and gave up a hit. So 6 1/3, 13 hits, 9 runs, all earned. He's walked 7 and struck out 6. And little boy Ron is quite happy making this move. Yankee fans are queuing up their YouTube comments to tell me how much of an idiot I am for this. Danny Tarnable is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. The Royals 2 to tie, 3 to go ahead. Struck him out. An 0-2 changeup, 1 away. Got him looking. For Frank White, 2 for 3. A single twice and driven in a run. Righetti, full wind. And really? They want Jim Eisenreich to pinch hit. And that looks to be the lefty versus lefty, but look what the outcome box says, 350. Eisenreich doesn't have a pinch hit. 11 for 47, 234 on the replay with 2 doubles and 4 RBI. 1 out, nobody on. Yankees trying to slam the door with a 5-3 lead here in the 9th. And that's in the right. Winfield dives, can't get it. Eisenreich is on, and Winfield was able to keep that in front of him. Now, Balboni would have been the one I pinch hit for. They still might. So the tying run is at the plate. And if Balboni stays in, he's 0 for 3. He will stay in, fly this one into right center. Washington will track this one down eventually, 2 out. So Eisenreich, who has good speed, is on. But his runner doesn't mean much of anything. It's coming down to Bo Jackson. So does Bo know baseball? He's 0 for 2. He has stolen a base, his 4th, scored, walked, and struck out. Last chance saloon for the Royals, and Bo is the tying run. So Righetti to face Jackson. They don't care what Eisenreich does at first. Pitch to the plate, fly ball, left center field. Washington tracks it down in Death Valley, and the Yankees will win this one by the score of 5-3. So Righetti gets a confidence-building save in 3 hours and 14 fake minutes. The Yankees, 5 runs, 10 hits, an error. They leave on 12. They now move to 11-9. For the Royals, 3 runs, 8 hits, an error, and they left on 4. Let's say Righetti was the MVP. You're welcome, Andrew. I'd say Winfield 2 for 4, but he struck out twice. Tommy John, 6 innings. He's going to get the Digital Dice MVP. 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. A homer, a walk. Yeah, you're bummed, all right. A walk and 4 strikeouts, and Righetti got the save. Gubiza, 7 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, 2 earned. You're welcome, Johnny. Walked 6 and struck out 7. Helps if you hit the right button. So the Yankees, for the moment, climbed to within a half a game. The rest of this Wednesday in baseball, and it is a full card. The Indians beat Seattle 12-2. Greg Swindell 2-2. Trout 1-1. Allenson 1 for 2. A double and 2 walks. Oakland beats the Blue Jays 3-1 in Toronto. Kurt Young gets the win 1-0. Flanagan falls to 1-3. Don Baylor 2 for 4, his 3rd of the year. The Mets shut out the Braves 9-0. Ron Darling 2-1. Zane Smith 0-3. Gary Carter 4 for 5 and 3 RBI. The Mets had 16 hits. The Expos beat the Reds 8-0. Pascual Perez 2-2. Mario Soto 0-4. Hubie Brooks hits the second, 1 for 3, drives in 2. Tigers, Matt Noakes, 2 hits, a homer, drives in 5. They beat the Angels 9-2. Doyle Alexander 1-2. Kurt Frazier falls to 2-1. Darrell Evans 2 for 4, a second, drives in, or just has a double. Houston behind Nolan Ryan loses. Ha ha ha! Caught me off guard. 7 1/3, strikes out, 10 in the loss to the Phils 3-2. Gross 2-3. Ryan falls to 1-3. That's the type of stuff that denied him the Cy in '87. Mike Schmidt 2 for 4, 2 RBI and 2 doubles. Milwaukee doubles up Texas 10-5. Chuck Krim goes to 1-0. Kilgis 0-1. Rob Deere, third of the year, 2 for 4, drives in 3. Orioles go to 4-16. They beat the Twins 6-4. Oh, by the way, in that Detroit, California game, the Angels had 4 errors. Doug Sisk gets his first win with the Orioles, 1-3. Bert Blyleven does not pitch well. He's 1-2. Gene Larkin, 2 for 3 with a triple. Where's Forrest when you need him? San Diego beats the Cardinals 3-2. Jones 3-0. Matthews 1-2. Mark Davis picks up his third save. Pittsburgh almost doubles up San Francisco 13-7. Doug Drabeck goes to 5-0. Dave Trevecki 3-1. Brett Butler 3 for 5 and a triple. And last but not least, the Cubs beat the Dodgers 2-1. Jamie Moyer 2-1. Alejandro Pena falls to 0-2. We are doing tomorrow at noon Eastern will be the Mets and the Reds from Cincinnati, Sid Fernandez and Danny Jackson. Until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you the next time. So long, everybody.